Welcome to the Under Construction Podcast with me, Martin Williams. Here we talk about how to build or rebuild your life one step at a time. Let's get to work. And hello, thank you so much for tuning in to the Under Construction Podcast. My name is Martin Williams. Don't forget to subscribe to the podcast. You may do so on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, and SoundCloud. All the links to the podcast can be found at guidedexpressions.com/podcast with an S. Today, I wanted to continue my series, 17 Days Through the Science of Getting Rich. And we are on day 6, gratitude. Okay? And gratitude is one of those things that many of you, especially if you've been listening to personal development for any length of time, you know all about gratitude. You know all about the power of gratitude, how gratitude can change your life, change your focus, change how you think about things, all that good stuff. And the science of getting rich is no different. Gratitude is one of the main cogs in helping you experience a level of abundance that you may or may not have ever experienced before. Now, Wallace Wattles talks about this, and I like how he goes into the subject. He says, many people do all of the other things that we're talking about, but lack gratitude. The whole process of mental adjustment and atonement is summed up in one word, gratitude. Isn't that something? Mental adjustment and atonement. What Wattles is suggesting here is that we can fix our mind with gratitude. I love that. Gratitude connects us with God, who is the source of everything that we have and receive. Gratitude moves us closer to the source. Lack of gratitude moves us away from the source. When good things come, focus on gratitude and more good things will come. Okay? Mental attitude of gratitude is like a magnet. Gratitude puts us on the road to everything that you could possibly want in this life. So if your gratitude is strong and constant, the reaction in the formless substance will be strong and continuous. Okay? So what Wattles is saying here is that as we give God our gratitude, God gives us back even more things to be grateful for. It's really an amazing exchange. Have you ever heard the question, what do you get the person that has everything, right? So God has everything. Okay, because he owns everything. He is everything. So he has everything. So what do you give someone like God who has everything? You give him gratitude. You give him gratitude. And as you give God gratitude, when you're abundant with your gratitude, God is abundant back to you. It's so simple. It's so simple, but so many people don't do it. Either because they don't know any better, or they know, they just don't feel like it. I got to tell you, there's times when I don't feel like, showing gratitude. I really don't, because if you're thinking about your problems, if you're thinking about everything that's going wrong in your life, you're not making space for gratitude. But the thing about gratitude is you got to make space for it whether you feel like it or not. You got to be grateful whether you feel like it or not, because the truth of the matter is, everyone listening to me right now has something to be grateful for. I know it doesn't seem like it. I know things are like really rough for some of you right now. I might be finding you at a really bad time, at a really low point in your life. And, my heart certainly goes out to you, but I know it won't get any better if you don't start employing this amount of gratitude. As Waddle said at the beginning of the chapter, you can do all these cool things that this book is talking about. But if you don't have gratitude, you won't get as far as you could. And that's really a powerful statement, but it's the absolute truth. The Bible says that this is the will of God, that you give thanks in all things. It doesn't say that this is part of the will of God. It says that this is the will of God. That's amazing, right? If you just did that one thing, you will probably have more success than pretty much anyone else you know. people that I know that are super grateful, like I have a cousin who's in network marketing, and, she's really heavy into it. I'm not really like a network marketing person, but she is, right? She goes all in with it, and she does pretty good with it, right? She's probably one of the more successful people that I know, and her husband make this a practice of gratitude. They are all in with gratitude, and there's something about it. There's something about gratitude that opens doors that nothing else can open. So when your gratitude is consistent, then the things that you want will come consistently to you. Gratitude keeps you connected to the power. Gratitude is like a plug, right? When you plug in to that connectivity, right? When you plug, let's say you plug in your computer or plug in your iPad, right? You're getting power from the outlet. And gratitude is like that plug. When you plug in, you're getting power from God. Okay? Gratitude is not just for getting things, but it's also about keeping yourself satisfied once the things come. As soon as you start getting dissatisfied, you start losing ground in your life. Dissatisfied people focus on the negative. They focus on everything that's wrong. They focus on, these Democrats, these Republicans. They focus on, all the bad things happening in our world. But when you're grateful, you focus on the best. You focus on the highest and the best. Gratitude produces faith, and faith comes from positive expectation. So be grateful for everything, good and bad, because it brought you to this point in your life. Okay? I love that because I know that, my family and I, we live pretty well right now. But I remember times when we didn't live so well. And, later on in the book, Waddles talks about not talking about the times where you struggled in life, but I'm grateful for it. I'm grateful for the struggle because it makes me appreciate this much more now. I don't know if I would have appreciated this like this, 10 years ago, but with everything that I've been through and everything that my family has been through, we appreciate it so much more now. So when you don't have gratitude, see, your faith dies. Like your faith loses steam, it loses power. And without faith, you will not likely get rich. Okay? Now, the Bible says that according to your faith, it is done unto you, whatever it is. Whatever that thing you desire is done unto you according to your faith. So it's important that you have a strong faith so those things can come. So Waddles talks about not wasting time complaining about politicians or billionaires or people who seem to be doing better than you because they help create the opportunities that you have access to. And that's true. He also says that as society awakens, there will be a time where we won't have so much of a need for politicians or so much of a need for billionaires creating opportunities because man will be able, and when I say man, I'm talking about humans will be able to create their own opportunity. Okay? We're not quite there yet, but we're certainly a lot further along than we were at the time that Mr. Waddles wrote this book. Okay? Because we didn't have an internet back then, but we got one now, and people can put their goods online and people can buy them, and, you're essentially cutting out the middleman. So it's important that we remain grateful, that we don't complain, that we focus on the good, focus on the positive, focus on the good things in life, and everything else will happen the way that it's supposed to happen. Certainly, even more so, it will happen as you practice this principle and, the principles that are in this book. So thank you so much for tuning in to day 6 on to day 7. And my name is Martin Williams. Like, comment, subscribe, and share this podcast. Share it out to the world. Tell people, tell a friend to tell a friend. And I will talk to you soon. Don't forget to subscribe to the Under Construction podcast on Spotify, YouTube, Apple Podcasts, and SoundCloud. For more information on Guided Expressions courses and products, go to guidedexpressions.com/products.